The road from €0 to €150 million. The Alexander Isak story. Stay until the very end of this video, because we're going to reveal the real reason why Liverpool just spent €150 million to sign Alexander Isak in the most expensive transfer in Premier League history. And trust me, it's not just about football. It's about business, branding, and Liverpool's global strategy for the future. But before we get there, let's go back and uncover how a boy from Stockholm went from €0 to becoming one of the most valuable strikers in world football. The humble beginnings. Alexander Isak was born in Stockholm, Sweden, in 1999 to Eritrean parents. Football wasn't just a sport for him, it was a way of life. From an early age, he stood out in local academies, showing not just technical skill, but a calmness in front of goal that was rare for someone so young. By 16, he had broken into AIK's first team. In 2016, he scored on his debut, instantly becoming AIK's youngest ever goal scorer. The Swedish media went wild. The news-laden headlines started popping up everywhere. But Isak was different. He didn't have the outspoken bravado of Ibrahimovic. Instead, he carried himself with quiet confidence, determined to forge his own identity. His rise at AIK was meteoric: 13 goals in 29 games. Big clubs across Europe started circling, and Borussia Dortmund made their move, paying around €9 million to bring him to Germany. The Dortmund struggles. Moving to Dortmund was supposed to be his big break, but it quickly turned into one of the toughest periods of his career. At just 17 years old, he was dropped into a team featuring the likes of Aubameyang, Marco Reus, and Ousmane Dembele. The competition was fierce, and Isak barely got minutes. In 2 seasons, he played only a handful of games. Critics labeled him a flop. Newspapers questioned whether the hype had been premature. For many young players, this would have been the breaking point. But Isak wasn't done. In 2019, he went on loan to Dutch side Willem II. That loan spell changed everything. In just 16 matches, he scored 13 goals. More than the numbers, it was the way he scored. Calm penalties, solo runs, composed finishes. Suddenly, the flop tag was gone, and he was back on the radar of Europe's scouts. The Real Sociedad rebirth. Real Sociedad saw what others missed. In the summer of 2019, they paid just €6.5 million to bring him to Spain. It turned out to be one of the smartest transfers in recent La Liga history. In San Sebastian, Isak flourished. The Spanish game suited his style: technical, fluid, and demanding intelligence and movement. In his second season, he exploded with 17 league goals. He wasn't just scoring. He was scoring in big moments against Real Madrid, against Barcelona, in pressure games. By 2021, he was voted La Liga's best young player. Arsenal, Barcelona, and even Real Madrid started to take notice. But Sociedad held firm, knowing his value was climbing rapidly. These years were pivotal because Isak became more than just a finisher. He developed into a complete forward-dribbling, linking play, creating chances and showing the versatility to drift wide or lead the line. The Newcastle gamble. By 2022, Newcastle United had new ambitions. Backed by the Saudi Public Investment Fund, they were ready to step into the elite. They needed a striker who could transform them, and they identified Isak. The fee shocked the Premier League: €70 million, a record for Newcastle. Many doubted whether he was worth it. Could he adapt to English football's physicality? Would he justify such a massive investment? He answered immediately. On his debut at Anfield against Liverpool, he scored a stunning goal, then had another ruled out by VAR. Despite injuries that season, he ended as Newcastle's top scorer. His pace, skill, and composure stood out. But while Newcastle fans fell in love with him, the reality of financial fair play started to bite. To keep strengthening the squad, they needed to sell a star. And with Liverpool circling, Isak became the logical candidate. Liverpool's need for a striker. Liverpool were entering a new chapter. With Jurgen Klopp stepping away and Arne Slot taking over, the famous attacking trio of Salah, Mane, and Firmino was gone. Salah's future remained uncertain with Saudi offers. Firmino had left for Al Ahly, and Mane had gone even earlier. Darwin Núñez was inconsistent. Diogo Jota couldn't stay fit. And while Diaz and Gakpo offered quality, none had nailed down the central striker role. Slot wanted a fluid front line, but he needed one player to anchor it. That's where Isak came in. He had everything Liverpool lacked: composure in front of goal, technical dribbling, and versatility to play multiple roles across the attack. He wasn't just another number 9, he was a modern striker. Liverpool had already invested in strengthening their defense with Marc Guéhi, so all eyes turned to their attack. The conclusion was simple. Isak was the missing piece, the record-breaking transfer. The fee was huge, 150 million euros, smashing the Premier League record. But Liverpool were prepared to pay it, and here's why. Transfers at this level aren't only about football. They're about branding, marketing, and global expansion. Liverpool are preparing a major commercial partnership with a Scandinavian multinational brand. To maximize that, they needed a Scandinavian star, and Alexander Isak, Sweden's biggest footballer since its Leighton, was perfect. Signing Isak gives Liverpool more than goals. It gives them an ambassador to strengthen their global image. Think about how Manchester United leveraged Park Ji-sung to expand into Asia, or how Chelsea used Didier Drogba to connect with African markets. Liverpool are doing the same with Scandinavia. That is why the 150 million euros isn't just a sporting investment. It has a business strategy. And the math adds up. Within 5 years, shirt sales, sponsorships, and global exposure could pay back the entire fee. The road from €0 to 150 million euros. So here's the full picture. From a 16-year-old debutante at AEK, to struggling at Dortmund, to rebirth at Real Sociedad, to Newcastle's record gamble. And now to Liverpool for the biggest transfer in Premier League history, Alexander Isak's road from €0 to 150 million euros is nothing short of remarkable. Every setback pushed him forward. Every challenge built resilience. And now, at 25 years old, he enters his prime as the face of Liverpool's new era. So what do you think? Is Liverpool's 150 million euros gamble on Isak worth it? Will he live up to the hype and become the leader of Arne Slot's new attacking dynasty? Or is the pressure of being the Premier League's most expensive player too much? Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit subscribe for more deep dive football stories. And stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll break down exactly how Liverpool's attack could look with Isak leading the line.